What is up, guys? It's your boy, Rick Kakis, and today we are going to be showcasing a brand new exotic hunter armor piece that was just added to Destiny 2 within Season of the Plunder. And this thing might be a new best in slot for Void Hunter builds. It's kind of insane, and so let's get started. But just before we do, guys, I have a massive package to show you.
I wouldn't say massive.
I'm talking about today's sponsor, Manscaped, and the Platinum Package 4.0.
Oh.
What did you think I was talking about?
Don't worry about it. Keep going.
Anyways, if you've ever wanted everything you need for male grooming in one place, that's what the Platinum Package offers. Guys, it's gonna come with the Lawnmower 4.0, the best jam trimmer out there, and the Weed Whacker for those nose and ear hair, and that's gonna be what you need for grooming. And then, it's also gonna come with the Crop Reviver, Crop Preserver, and the body wash, the 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, and most importantly for you trial sweat lords, some deodorant, okay? I know some of y'all need that. And that's what you need for the hygiene. So the grooming and the hygiene all in one place. Guys, you can get all of this for 20% off and free international shipping if you simply click the link in the description down below. Oh, and one more thing, you're gonna get 2 free gifts, some Manscaped boxers, and this awesome carrying case. Everything you need, and literally more, all simply by clicking that link in the description. Alright, so the armor piece in question is the Gyrfalcon's Hauberk, or however the heck this is pronounced, but this new chest piece was available actually day 1 of Season of the Plunder. Of course, your boy is a grinder, so I went out and got it. Lost sectors are actually pretty easy this season with so many special weapons being able to deal with champions. This one in particular, sniper rifle anti-barrier rounds were so easy, but once you do acquire this chest piece, here's what it does. So the armor perk is See Me, Feel Me. Your weapons gain a bonus to damage briefly after you emerge from being invisible. When you are invisible and defeat a combatant using a finisher, you and your nearby allies gain a reserve overshield and improved class ability regen. These reserve overshields can be deployed by using a class ability. So that seems pretty darn complicated. Like, what the heck is going on here? Well, essentially, there's 2 different things going on. You have the damage increase and then the reserve overshield. So let's break it down firstly in terms of the damage increase, because this is going to be coming up quite a bit if you're using this exotic. So, as you can see right here, I'm simply going to dodge, turn invisible, and then when I come out of invisibility, and I could do that by simply waiting, but as you see here, I do it by simply shooting and breaking out of invisibility, I have a 5-second damage boost that you can see on the corner of my screen. So 5 seconds is actually a pretty decent period of time within Destiny 2. That's like how long Well of Tenacity lasts at a base level. Like 5 seconds of a damage boost is nothing to scoff at. But how much of a damage boost are we talking about here? Well, here's the test. A normal body shot on a red bar is going to do 1,375 damage. But when I have this damage boost active, I'm going to do 1,856. That's a 35% damage increase. So essentially, it's Adrenaline Junkie just for coming out of invisibility. Adrenaline Junkie times 5, I should say, and it also, as you can see, stacks with Font of Might. So I picked up a Void Well, and now with both of these buffs active, I'm hitting for 2,474. That's an 80% overall damage increase when these 2 buffs are added on top of each other. So wow, that is a considerable amount of bonus damage, and I mean, you get to time exactly when you want this bonus damage to go off. I can go invisible, get to a target, break invisibility, and then get 35% more damage, absolutely plowing an enemy with a shotgun, with a sword. Like, invisibility helps you set up the best possible 5 seconds of DPS. So that just by itself is very, very powerful. Getting a damage boost when you break out of invisibility, really good. And also very good in PvP as well, just saying. But again, we have that whole second part about reserve overshields. How does that work? Well, what happens is while you're invisible, so if you're not invisible and you get a finisher, doesn't do anything, as you can see. I am going invisible because I have the fragment to do so when I get a finisher, but again, it doesn't activate any sort of overshield here. So I have to already be invisible, then I go to a target and finish them, and then as you can see, I have this reserve overshield buff in the corner of my screen, and there's no timer near this. So it's going to last either forever or an extremely long time. And then it just does nothing until I use my class ability. And as you can see, I do so, I go invisible, and boom, I have an overshield. And of course, this is going to last for around actually 16 seconds. So again, I have a fragment that increases that stuff, but you know, it's your classic Void Overshield. The reserve overshield buff is gonna disappear, and I can get another one by simply getting another finisher while invisible. But remember, I'm also giving this reserve overshield buff to nearby allies. So if there was a Titan, fire team member standing beside me, he gets a reserve overshield buff, and he simply activates this overshield by using his barricade. Warlocks get it by using their rift. So not only are you giving yourself a good degree of survivability that comes up when you need it. Again, like this reserve overshield sits there ready to go, and then when you are in trouble, you can dodge and activate it instantly. But your allies are also getting that ability as well. So really, really good increase to your survivability here. So it's going to improve your offensive capabilities by giving you significantly more damage when you want it, and also improve your defensive capabilities by giving you overshields, again, kind of when you want them. But another cool thing about this exotic is that it just wants you to go invisible. It doesn't say that you have to even be on a Night Stalker subclass. So, as you can see right here, I have the Rat King, and this is going to give me invisibility if I reload after getting a kill. And as you can see right here, I get a kill, I go invisible, I break out of there, and boom, I still get that damage boost. So, yeah, you could use the Rat King, you could use the brand new exotic sword from the Duality Dungeon that makes you turn invisible, and also pair those things with this exotic, and that gameplay loop is super powerful because you don't have to rely on your class ability to go invisible. I mean, with the Rat King, it's going to be giving you damage increases every single time you're shooting it, you're reloading, you're going invisible, you're shooting it. You are just getting almost 100% uptime on this damage boost if you want it. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if people use Rat King plus this thing in PvP a little bit at least, because it seems really darn powerful. And so overall, I think this is one of the best in-slot exotics for Void builds, because, what was the best neutral game, just overall good exotic to put on if you wanted to run, especially in PvE, a Void build? It was probably like the Graviton Forfeit, just improving invisibility overall and giving you some benefits while you were invisible. I think this chess piece, at least, for me, is outright better than the Graviton Forfeit in a PvE scenario, right? I want that damage increase, that's really important, and I also want that survivability from the overshields. And giving my allies that as well, again, that's just a icing on top of the cake. So I feel like in a general purpose Void build, I'm going to be using this chest now. Like, this is going to be my go-to Void build chest. In fact, here's the build I put together for this chest piece. So I'm using a Night Stalker, Mobius Quiver, Vortex Grenades, which are fantastic, then Stylish Executioner plus Vanishing Step for the double invisibility combo. Then I've got Echo of Persistence for invisibility lasting longer, Echo of Obscurity for finishers giving invisibility, Echo of Leeching for health regeneration, Echo of Instability for volatile rounds. Then in terms of my weapons, I've got the Unforgiven. This thing with Demolitionist plus Adrenaline Junkie is just exactly what you want for this kind of build. I need to get grenade kills to give my weapons volatile rounds. This is going to enable that perfectly. Then I've got the Deliverance actually. Again, I want Demolitionist, I want as many grenades as possible, and this thing is going to absolutely chunk enemies with that 35% damage increase and then slow them with Chill Clip. Now, I could also just use something like the Pardon Our Dust for more utility and blinding grenades. That's going to be great as well. And then for my heavy, I'm using a Tractor Cannon. This is going to suppress and weaken enemies. So every single time you get a Tractor Cannon kill, you turn invisible thanks to Stylish Executioner. And I mean, this thing kind of chunks as well. With a 35% damage increase, this thing hits really darn hard. Just a great exotic overall to run if you are a Void Hunter. Now, as for my armor here, for the exotic itself, I'm running Powerful Friends to give me more mobility so I can use my dodge, go invisible more often. Great on a chest piece because I can put a 1-cost arc resistance to trigger Powerful Friends. Then I'm also running Reaping Wellmaker. I'm using my dodge all the time. Now I'm making wells for doing so. And on top of that, I've got Bountiful Wells. So now I'm making 2 Void Elemental Wells every time I dodge and get a kill. And I also have Elemental Armaments for well production, but honestly, I'm probably going to switch here to Seeking Wells just to get that consistency and not have to go out of my way to pick up those wells. And my payoff here is Font of Might for considerable more damage. And I mean, guys, that Unforgiven SMG with volatile rounds, with the damage boosts from Font of Might, and now breaking out of invisibility, you are shredding enemies with that thing. It's incredible. But also, you should definitely be running double utility kickstart if you can. Just again, going to give you that big chunk of class ability energy whenever you use your class ability, so you have significantly more uptime. And this build was just fantastic, guys. Just such a good overall general purpose build that you can use in stuff like just grinding the seasonal activity all the way up to doing a dungeon. You might have to switch around the weaponry to deal with champions, but that's really the power of this exotic. It goes to any Void Hunter build and it's just good. It's augmenting the things you want to be doing anyways. And so guys, that is it for the video. Hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.